It is the end of summer 2025 on our Namibian food forest homestead. Welcome.
The winter is soon approaching. We're taking you on a quick tour of our food forest homestead with updates from the summer. We dug some pits here. It's too open to the elements, so nothing got planted, just collected some water here. The gate poles got up. The gate got bent into shape. Here's some more pits. We had lovely rain. I would say we had about average rain this year compared to other years, a lot more, but a very short rainy season that started very late. Here we plan to make Kabashu 2, a small little clay house for Anton or a worker to work in here. The future dream is to have a syntropic agroforest that side, so a worker's house quite close by, and then he can operate the gate for us. Here's some clay to get going with that. Also, we want to construct a kiln with that clay, and there's some charcoal for that. All that white rocks we're gonna use and see if we can make our own lime wash.
With the rainfall we received, we also filled up the roads with some sand and charcoal so that all the water that is standing in the road can go to the field area.
There you can see the water tower sticking out a little bit. This swell got expanded and dug in to the food forest area so that some water can come in there. And here we are at the inner gate.
This was a very, very busy summer. We did a lot of work. We got a lot done. So we are very proud of our progress.
This mulberry tree did not do anything proper this year. It looks just like the same as the start of the year for me, it seems. And that lemongrass, that did grow very well. We dug trenches here, planted it with sorghum, beans, and some maize. But it's also not performing well because it was very late. There is Anton. He's filling the bases of the water tower.
We also did some work here at the compost heap. That heap was filled with some debris, plant debris, and we also tilled the heap in front.
So this is block 2. Block 1 only has 3 trees over there. Not worth it to show you even because there's no progress on them. They don't look like they grew any at all during the summer, unfortunately. This mulberry grew well, and we lost a lemon tree that was here. Some termites actually ate a lemon tree, can't believe that. And whatever this tree is, it grew well.
The bellyache bushes also doubled in size. And we plan on, when the dripper lines is up, we plan on planting more of this bellyache bush to form a fence.
Here we are at the crossroads. We're busy with making a new camp there. We want to put piggies in there. Here is our road marker, a very nice rock. We dug some swells during the summer. Thank you to the guys that dug it. Thank you for all the coffees that helped to pay them. Here we are approaching block 5. We're very happy with all the grasses this year. It is a lot more than last year, and in the first 2 years it was very open and very open and exposed, no grasses. So we're very happy with the grasses. It's covering up the soil. and keeping the moisture in. I'm looking for a tree here. This is a K apple. It is not doing particularly well. Well, it's looking good now, but it didn't grow much during the season. It's not even any higher. There's our bamboo. It didn't make any new shoots really. Here we still got to sort out a little problem. It's just a little leak. Some guys were making lunch.
This tree actually grew at block 4. We decided to remove it from there and plant it in block 5. And I have to say it did very well. It survived the transplant and it's growing and even making flowers.
Here we have a banana. Not doing any well at all, and I chopped and dropped here a proper bunch of material, all gone from the termites. The ducks are always noisy here. This is the kabashu. Some work also got done on it. We'll show you a bit about that later on.
This is block 4 that has the most plants in it. It grew so much in the rainy season and produced so much fruit. So this block is becoming very luscious.
Please keep in mind, we do not fertilize much. These were planted this year. That banana is booming. So our philosophy is to just plant stuff that amends the soil for us. And so our soil is changing a lot over time compared to the hard clay that we had at the beginning. There's a mango. It grew proper. We acquired a lot of trees thanks to the coffees, and at the end of this year we're going to plant a lot of trees out and expand the food forest, because by the end of this year, when the summer begins, that tank will be up. Hopefully we'll have some drip lines to plant food for the future. Sugar apple, lemongrass. We planted a tree for us and Johan, a cashew. That's actually doing alright. Trust it will be protected from the winter frost there.
This grenadella made fruit for the first time this year.
Unfortunately, they fall off very easily.
The succulent garden will be my winter project for the winter.
Anton is underway with the camp here, and for now we made a quick plan with that grass.
The succulents also did very well with all the rain it received. The beds are becoming fully grown, but I have to say the weeds are still a bit of a problem, so I will take care of that in the meantime. Here's just a few of my succulents.
They did very well. We can't really see any difference in these trees that have grown at all. Our compost kettle is blocked. Need to make a plan there, so we really didn't fertilize much. Hey, this loquat, it definitely grew very well.
So this pomegranate is not doing very well, although it's still surviving. We will see what it will do in the next season. This dragon fruit is truly a fighter. It got a sickness and it lost some of its plant matter here, as you can see, but it was stuck on this length for I think maybe a year, and then with the nice rain this season it boomed and grew all the way up there.
Here we are towards the end of block 4. This little field didn't produce much, just a few snacks for the bunnies, but there's a nice makatan coming along. There's block 3, we'll get to that in a moment.
Here is a lemon tree. It did not grow very much in this summer season, although we did give it a summer trim. This is a purple fig that we planted over 4 years ago. It hasn't grown at all, but in the summer it made this new shoot. So next summer I will be cutting off the head and see if it can make side shoots.
We placed a pole there for that grenadilla to grow up there. It's doing very well. I think it's called the passion fruit vine in some other regions and areas. We chopped down a big tree there so that these 2 trees can replace it. It was a nasty thorny tree. So hopefully this area will be very nice in the future. At block 3 there's not much progress. The things didn't really grow much this year, but at least they are growing and getting along. Lots of Luciana and Moringa. A struggling date palm. That's about 3 years old, can't believe it. But it's all planted close to bunny lawn towers.
This tree was also struggling to find its feet in the forest, but this year it actually doubled in size. Its trunk got a little bit thicker, so we will just have success with this tree from now on.
It's an olinode. It's not an edible, but it's very, very nice lumber. So we're on the way to bunny lawn towers. A lot happened there. Still no official opening yet. Will it ever get done? You gotta have to stay tuned for that. The bunnies definitely love it.
The bunnies also produced some babies this year, but most of them did unfortunately not survive.
Unfortunately, none of them survived. And bunny lawn is basically done here. This camp also got made here, for soon we will get a cow and a calf. For now the chickens are in this camp because they do not want to learn to go to their cage in the night. The chickens are only 4 at the moment. We lost a few during the season due to the rain, and they were not wanting to sleep under the roof, and they got wet and sick and died.
Back at block 3, this orchid, it grew a lot in this rainy season and even produced flowers.
On the way to Boo's little garden,
this is my lettuce area, and this is where I produce most of the food in the forest.
here's quite a variety.
We have herbs here, we have lettuce, we have spinach.
A lot of carrots and onions here at the end. And this beautiful morning glory.
This is my succulent nursery, and here we have a huge zucchini that is doing wonderfully.
To the pond. We thought this moringa is dead. I see it's doing lovely. Just in time for the first winter frost.
Welcome to the pond area. This year it rained so much that the pond overflowed.
And we're very happy to see that the pond is covered with algae for the first time ever. It wasn't like this last year. If you check out the Green Mirror Bush TV episode, you'll see that it wasn't even so full just about 2 weeks ago, only a little bit there. We also think it keeps the water much more protected and keeps it from evaporating.
The pond holds its water much better than previous years.
From Boo's garden there, we're basically in block 7 now.
This pancetta that we have here, we bought at the local nursery, and it did very well this season because it also received some of the washing machine water. These marigolds that we have here was pulled out from my lettuce area, and I just came and dumped them here, and this is how wonderfully they came up with the water from the washing machine.
We also did some construction works here. Start of a garden wall. Cleaned the area so that we can construct a kitchen for Boo here. We got the first papayas today. Well, not today, but they're coming. That's the first. We also constructed a little dog house here for Anubis. And a temporary frost wall. Here we quickly tried to construct a frost wall for the winter to keep it away from our nursery and propagation station. Unfortunately, we got a big bout of rain. Well, that was unexpected, and the clay was still wet, so it fell over. To construct the frost wall, there wasn't time to get clay, so we've been extending the swimming pool.
The propagation station also doubled in size, and all of these small little plants will go into the forest.
For the summer we started 2 series. One is by me, a bush TV day, and one is by Boo.
Let us go green, the finer details on the homestead.
This board was getting too small for us, so we got a new board, a new calendar. That's the blocks when they get water. Anton's hours for the day. The 37th day of this new year. 125th day of the old year. 5:05 May. The more you know. Quite a few swells got dug. Oh, and the water tower is finally up. A lot of swells got dug. A lot of swells. A few random peppers, lettuce and stuff. Chicory if the coffees is not doing their job. And welcome to the kabashu that we built from clay. It's nearing completion. It's got a door in the summer.
And this kabashu was our saving grace during the summer season, as the heat temperatures can go up to 45 degrees Celsius. And then it maybe be 28 degrees Celsius in here. We painted the walls with its first coat of paint. And the bathroom. We also installed the toilet.
And me and YouTube came to an understanding. Not having much problem since then yet. So there's nice pebbles. And the shower is having paint and it's now a lot brighter in here. We received a package from London with some coffee seeds. Here they are. And the windows got glass. To get us out of the sand, I poured a very thin layer of cement. It's not even 1 centimeter. Anubis loves the cold floor. We mostly just seeded and left the plants to self-seed. So they did this job, but the ground is very much improved. Compared to the rock hard clay soil that's all over this place. Lots of gooseberries this year.
No, uri no uri. Sorry.
We also got dragon fruits from one of our subscribers, Johan from Windhoek. Thank you very much. They're coming along except that one. It doesn't want a persisticulture. It's end of the day and I can't forget the living roof. We got a lot more grass growing just naturally here in the clay.